Welcome back everybody to another Halloween product review. I guess we're going to call this one a retro product review because it's a little old. But what I've got here is an air-blown inflatable. It's a giant air-blown inflatable, as they say. And I bought this from Facebook Marketplace. I actually got it for about $35, but that came with my toxic zombie that I reviewed in another video. So this was kind of a bonus since I was really buying the zombie. So if it doesn't work, I won't be too disappointed. The seller says it works, but I have sort of low expectations. I've only bought one other air-blown inflatable on the used market before, and that was a giant cemetery arch. I was very excited to get it. Plugged it in, and it inflated, but not enough to like hold the archway up, which was really sad. And I tried a couple of techniques to fix it. I did some waterproofing, but even after a few coats, it would hold for a little while, but then again, not be the full inflation that we'd like to see in our air-blown inflatables. So hopefully this won't suffer the same fate. But what we have here is, looks like a giant pumpkin with a couple of ghosts coming out of it. It's a giant air-blown inflatable, 7 feet tall, everything included, self-inflates in minutes. I think doesn't the current advertising say self-inflates in seconds? I don't know. It says it's weatherproof. It's new. Well, it's not new. This is actually from 2003, and it's 2019 now. So what is that? 16 years old? I guess we'll see. And it's got fading lights. The side says the same thing. On the back here, we just have a little diagram. Easy 1, 2, 3 setup. Heavy duty fan inflates to 7 feet tall in minutes. It says fading lights automatically alternate between bright and dim, adding spectacular element to your air-blown inflatable. Kind of hard to read that upside down. But let's just go ahead and open it up, see what it looks like, and hopefully we'll get lucky here. So gotta cut off some of this tape we have. I've been using Facebook Marketplace quite a bit lately looking for Halloween stuff. I've had a bit of luck. Got a couple more products in the pipeline that I want to show you, do a review on. I'm kind of excited about, so you're going to want to stay tuned for those. Gosh, lots of tape. At least I'm kind of impressed that the seller got it back in the box. That's always very difficult. Okay, well. There we go. All right, so now this is interesting. Now I guess, again, this is from 2003, so this is a different concept of these little fan legs that we've seen on a lot of the air-blown inflatables. Usually they're the plastic, and you pull them out from the interior and you snap them in place. These are heavy-duty metal legs. The bottom is still plastic, but this is not going anywhere for sure. You can definitely stake that into the ground. It's not going to blow away. All right, let me pull this table out of the way, and we will go ahead and inflate this and see what it looks like. You see offhand that the seller only gave me one stake, which is fine, because I usually use tent stakes that I get from Walmart. But this stake, oddly, is very squiggly. So that would be rather difficult to put in my yard anyway. So not too disappointed about that, but that looks scary dangerous. Can you see that? Anyway, let's go ahead and get this plugged in and watch it inflate in minutes. All right, so it's inflating rather quick. I don't think it's really going to take minutes to inflate. It's not loud, which is good. It seems about maybe just slightly louder than the newer inflatables. One thing I noticed, it's got little chains. I didn't notice that in the box picture. Oh yeah, you can see it. So let's just let it inflate here. I didn't check to make sure all the zippers were closed, but it doesn't appear to be that they're open, so it looks like offhand it's about 5 feet across. 4 or 5. So it's a pretty good size. It's going to take up a lot of room here. Just go ahead and shift it back just a little bit. You can see those legs at the bottom. Maybe if I don't knock everything over while this inflates. Well, right now they're popped back up, but once you put them in the down position, there's string to hold them together to help keep it level. All right, I'm caught on the door handle. But there we go. I did not time that. I should have, but I think that only took a few seconds. Definitely less than a minute to inflate. But there we go. Sorry, he's not quite all the way in the screen, but I'm going to go ahead and move the camera and we'll take a closer look at this guy. All right, so they're definitely happy. They're not scary ghosts. And kind of the positioning of these ghosts make me wonder what they're smiling about so much. They are chained together here, as I mentioned. It's just a little plastic chain. But one thing that the picture in the box doesn't quite depict is how in front of one another they are. I've kind of pulled him off to the side quite a bit, the guy in the back, but the way they are connected, I would have preferred that they were more offset rather than one in front of the other. And then we have the jack-o'-lantern face. And then down at the bottom, you can see it's got some leafy fringe here. It does seem to be holding very well, so I am impressed. And around the back is plain, so it's a one-sided prop for sure. It does have a couple of hooks so that you can attach this to the ground. One on one side, one on the other. All right, so here you can see it just a little bit more in frame. I'm very impressed with it. I mean, for being 16 years old, it's held up very well. The fabric seems to be holding the air. It is a little worn on the seams, like you can see some of those little pin pricks coming through with the light. But, you know, and you can kind of squish it a little bit. It's not really taut, but it's definitely enough to hold it up, so I'm impressed with that. I wish these guys, like I said, were just a little bit differently positioned, but for my purposes, it's all right. I don't really see the lights dimming, but I'll go ahead and turn the lights off at the end of the video, and we'll take another look. But I suspect that function, maybe they replaced the bulbs or something at some point, and that just didn't happen anymore. Not too worried about that. But overall, I mean, for the size, it's a very, you know, it's got presence. It's very in your face. So I'm happy with it. But let's go ahead and see how well it deflates. All right, it's going by. All right, I just wanted to check on the bottom one last time to see if there was a zipper, because there are no weights inside here to keep it. So, but this fan is very heavy, especially with these metal legs. So I like when I don't have to stake things on. Oh, there is a zipper here on the side. All right, so right here. Actually, I guess that's in the very back of the thing. You can just unzip that. Get access to those lights. It's very dirty inside. But there we go. So that's what a 16-year-old Gemmy Airblown Inflatable looks like. I hope you enjoyed our quick little retro tour down Halloween Lane, but we will certainly explore some more vintage Halloween products as I can collect them. So until then, make sure you're subscribed. Take care, guys. Happy hunting.